Oh man, we lost our fun music.
Yes. Julia, are you always looking forward to like BFCM? Are you a big shopper during the holiday season? Or
So
like what?
I totally am. But I actually start shopping a lot earlier. So I don't ever really buy anything like Cyber Week. Because I found like every year the sales kind of get pushed up earlier and earlier. And you get much better inventory, kind of at the end of October, beginning of November. What about you?
Yeah, we had a Boxing Day that was really huge here in Canada,
Uh-huh.
and I feel now like Black Friday, Cyber Monday is taking over, and I found
Okay.
some deals, but I have kids and I don't want to wait in line, so I've become an online shopper during these times.
Oh, I'm 100% an online shopper. Like the idea of lines and crowds and everything, it's just not for me.
And it feels so
Okay,
good, right?
so
You get a package. When you get a package in your door, it's like best feeling ever.
I totally agree, though I'm dealing with kind of the repercussions of that right now. I'm heading on vacation next week, and I've been buying a lot of shoes, outfits, all the things. Everything's getting delivered, and let's just say about 60% of it fits. But there's that other 40% that I now need to haul. I don't even know where, to be honest. Like my whole kind of the last 10 years or so, I've been working from an office, and I've had the like pleasure of having somebody actually, you can just bring it to the little package area in the office, and then like somebody will come in and take it away, like the elves that help Santa. So now I'm like, oh my gosh, where do I take it? The mail, like the USPS, FedEx. What do I, so I'm dealing with a whole other crisis now.
No. Well, you know what, Julia? I think it's a perfect time to kind of segment into this digital storytelling.
Yeah, let's
Um,
do it.
yeah.
Yeah, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining our little Christmas in July. I'm not gonna lie, it feels a little silly talking about the holidays when I'm sitting here in an actual shorts and tank top combination. It's like 82 degrees outside where I'm at. But that's just it, right? I mean, holiday planning seems to start earlier and earlier every single year. And that's mostly because they're trying to accommodate for lack of technical resources, right? Or just having to share those technical resources. And so, if you ask me, there's actually nothing more frustrating than spending all this time coming up with like a list of really impactful campaigns that can make a difference for your brand, and then having to pair that back to accommodate developer schedules and turnaround times and all of that. So anyways, without further ado, my name is Julia, and I head up partnerships for Builder. Let's see, maybe I'll share a few fun facts about me. The first is I am a mother of two massive poodles. And to be honest, my hair is starting to look like I am one. So that thing about, pets looking like their owners is really ringing true to me right now. Um, let's see what else. I'm a massive hand gesture expressioner. You'd think I was Italian, but I am not. But these bad boys are going to be in your face all day today. So I'm just giving you a heads up. And lastly, I am a total shopaholic. I prefer the term shopping expert. So I'm going to give you a bunch of opinions today. And, yes, they're opinions, but you should know I shop a lot to back them up. Also, I am joined by my lovely colleague Hamza today. Hamza, say hello.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much, Julia. I more than a shopper. I'm the guy that says yes to everything my wife is showing me on her phone. I'm like, yeah, looks great. All right, let's do it. Looks great. I sometimes backfires, but no, I'm excited for this. I think we can never be early. Coming from a role of Shopify, I know that brands are even today they're already preparing for what the holiday season is gonna look like. I'm excited personally. I think there's a lot that that goes into this in this preparation. So let's get started.
Yeah, totally. So we have a pretty great agenda for you today. We're going to spend probably about the first 30 minutes talking about some really crucial holiday moments where you can really connect with your audience and build relationships and hopefully, create return shoppers and drive high conversion. Some of these will probably seem like no brainers, but obviously, we're really here to talk about how you can use Builder to not have to sacrifice anything on your list, and how simple you can actually be create these things as a non-technical user. And then we're actually going to be joined by a very special guest. Somebody I've worked with in the past, really, really, really kind of familiar with the space. And so our speaker is going to be talking a little bit about their own holiday experiences, of holiday campaigns past, and looking to the future, and talking a little bit about how they use Builder in their day to day as well. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, the first thing we're going to talk about today is scheduling announcement bars, and actually all things announcement bars. So prior to working at Builder, I actually worked at a company called ShopStyle, which was part of the Rakuten umbrella, and I ran our global business development team. And our team not only maintained relationships with all of the different merchants that sold their products on ShopStyle, we were also tasked with kind of selling into media packages of placements, either on our website or an email or social channels, influencers campaigns, and all of that. And by far, the most popular placement was always the announcement bar, mostly because it's really an opportunity to tell whatever story you'd like, whether it's a promotion or talking about some kind of, brand ethos, or really just starting that conversation to show what you're really about, right? And not only that, and the announcement bar lives across your entire site, right? And I've said this before, but a shopper needs something like five to see the same message about like 5 to 6 times in order for it to really resonate. And the announcement bar gives you the opportunity to do just that. So Hamza, I know prior to Builder, you were actually at Shopify for a long time, and worked with a lot of different merchants. Can you talk a little bit about kind of how you've seen the announcement bar utilized in your experience, and also maybe have you seen it in your own shopping?
Yeah, no, for sure. I agree with you. The importance of having an announcement bar is so huge for a brand. I myself, the first time I go to a brand, the first thing I look at is the announcement bar subconsciously without even thinking, because that's where I'm seeing, okay, what are the offers? Am I getting free shipping? How much do I need to spend to get free shipping? Maybe there's a coupon code that's added, or maybe, you know what, sometimes, especially at times like this where brands are looking to collect as many email addresses, as many phone numbers, so they can use them for campaigns when the holiday season hits. Where can I put my email address? Where can I put my phone number to get that extra 10% or 5%, so I can take advantage of those sales. So yeah, no, I feel that, the announcement bars is super important. Again, coming from the world of Shopify, let me actually jump out of this presentation and go into the back end of Shopify just to show you, when it comes to Shopify makes it very easy if you're looking at their theme to make to create announcement bars. So I can disable announcement bars. I can quickly change the text and add a link. But this is pretty much it. If I want to do anything beyond this, where I want to schedule announcement bars, I want to create multiple announcement bars, maybe I want to add more to announcement bar, like a timer or something like, or anything else, I need a developer to code it in, or I need an app. So this is where, the the purpose of again, like this whole campaign, this whole webinar, is to show how marketers, someone like myself, who's not, a developer, can go in and create these amazing announcement bars, schedule them. And this is the back end of Builder now. And with Builder, you can literally touch every single page on Shopify that you have access to. So I want to quickly jump into the announcement bar and show you how how easily I'm able to create these announcement bars and schedule them and A/B test them. So on the left side, I have all these features that I can drag and drop to my announcement bar. On the left side, as a designer, I can design. So let's just say, for example, I will send out a box over here from my announcement bar. On the right side, as a designer, I can choose what color I want it to be. So I'll pick black. And then obviously I want I want some text. So I'm going to drag in a text. I can choose, I can say, you know what, holiday campaign 2022, get free shipping. Now, again, as a designer, on the right side, I can choose the colors. I can be like, I want text to be white. Maybe the box is too big, so I can click on the box. I can play around with the margins. So I have all this flexibility that I could design the announcement bar the way I want. Now, what I've done also is created multiple different announcement bars and save them as templates. So you can reuse these announcement bars. So there's one that I've called it a carousel bar, which basically will be a carousel. Again, I can have announcement 1, announcement 2, announcement 3, as many announcements as I want. Going back, let me remove it. I have one with a countdown bar as well. So here you go. You can just insert your text. So marketing teams can come in, change the color, insert the text, and you have this beautiful countdown timer as well. So again, any of the work that your team is going in and create and they're working on the announcement bar and creating these, spending a lot of time, you can save them as templates, reuse them whenever you want, and then schedule them. I can choose exactly what date and what time I want this announcement bar to pop up, and exactly what time I want it to end. I can have multiple different announcement bars. I can A/B test announcement bars as well. So I have all these different features available right out of the box from Builder that I could use around just announcement bars. Over to you, Julia.
Yeah, no, that was great. I think that's kind of the biggest crucial thing, right? Like, you're no longer restricted to having to choose the few messages that you share. You can now schedule so many different announcement bars. You can have it switch every single day. You can have it switch midday. You can have it targeted to different audiences. There's just so much you can tell. And by the way, everything that we're talking about with announcement bars here can also be said for landing pages or sections of pages or your home page. Builder allows you to kind of have that same drag and drop and click to publish and just optimized experience for any piece of content you're creating. One other thing I will say, while we are demoing on a Shopify app environment today, the same applies to any other e-commerce backend you may be using. You can check out all of our integrations in our integration tab in Builder. All right, let's move on to this next campaign, all about creating shoppable landing pages, which or blog post pages, essentially inspirational editorial content that helps your shoppers choose what they might want to buy. So I wanted to share a little bit of a personal anecdote. This is actually not even holiday specific. My absolute favorite brand to shop is part of the Revolve group. It's called Forward, and it's a luxury retailer collection of a lot of different brands. But the reason I'm so like the reason that's where I do predominantly all of my shopping is every Monday they release these shops. So there's about probably 4 different categories. It could be focused on a color story. It could be vacation dressing. So it could be theme, color, maybe it's a gift guide. Essentially, they're creating these like boutique experiences with a collection of, I don't know, 10 to 15 products that make it really easy for me to not only understand trends and be inspired, but also shop right then and there. And to be honest, like I get really overwhelmed by massive kind of like scrolling through category pages or sale pages or anything like that. And it's a lot easier for me to shop in this tailored way. And so I think inspiration is a big part of it. When you look to the holidays, I guess you're kind of looking for guidance, right? You may not know what to buy your mother-in-law, or you may not know what to wear to your holiday party, and that's why things like gift guides and influencer collaborations and influencer campaigns have become such a massive revenue driver. So yeah, I just think this would be a great topic for us to kind of cover on how you can create these really quickly. Hamza, what do you think?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think the number one for a lot of the brands that I'm talking to today, the number one driver of traffic is through blogs. And to your point, Julia, like blogs are so valuable now. You actually get some amazing content that you read, you're interested in, and there's some great advice when it comes to if it's a fashion blog on a
Right.
night out, what can you wear? What are the different choices you have? I see my wife personally looking at it. I've seen that's how she's attracted. That's how she goes to a brand, and she's most likely to convert as a shopper as well in that brand because she's getting such amazing content. Now, again, on the front side, as customers, we're asking for so much, and we're asking for all these amazing blogs, and want to make and all these amazing experiences. But in the back end, there's so much that goes into it. And again, jumping out of this presentation, going into the back end of Builder, I want to show you how fast you could create a blog and all these amazing part is with blogs, you can also touch existing blogs as well. So you can take your existing blogs that have amazing SEO built already and has already, you're driving a lot of traffic, add additional sections to it if you want to, and A/B test and see if those sections are working. Maybe that blog is not shoppable and you want to add collections and make that blog shoppable if you wanted to as well. But here I'm going to show you how you can make a blog from scratch. So we'll call it, again, give it a name, holiday blog. And then on the left side, I have all these amazing things. So I want to have a pretty picture, part of my blog. Any image or video that I add to any of my pages are fully optimized automatically by Builder. Then let's say I want to add text. I can drag in some text, and then I can, add a bunch of things here if I wanted to. But then I want to make it a shoppable blog. So maybe I'll add a collection over here. Now this instance of Builder is connected directly to my Shopify store. So I can click and I can pick, let's say, women's self-care. I can choose how many products I want to show. Maybe I just want to show 2 products. So over here, let's design a little bit. I don't like where the names are, so I can just, with my keyboard, drag it down. I want to add product pricing, so I can quickly just put in the product pricing. I want to give them the ability to add to cart right from the blog. So again, maybe not the most beautiful looking blog, but just to kind of show you that how easy it is to drag and drop and add all these content. And then maybe your marketing team is working on some amazing carousels that they want to add to the blog, and you can save it as templates and drag and drop as well. You have all these amazing features. You can A/B test images. You can A/B test maybe the products that you're showing and see which one's converting the most when it comes to your blog. You can schedule your blogs. You have all these amazing different features right with Builder. I'll jump right
Yeah,
back.
Hamza, that's so great. Yeah, I was just thinking, like, my example of Forward, they release those 4 shops once a week, right? And I promise you, I look every single Monday. But like, how much more would I buy if they spun up those shops every day? I'm just saying, like, if anyone knows anyone from Forward out there, tell them to shoot me an email because we got to talk. Because if you want more of my money, you got to be creating more of these. And maybe you should be using Builder too. All right, so let's go to the next campaign. We're going to talk about personalization, but specifically creating locale-specific content. I don't know if anyone heard at the beginning, I'm actually heading to vacation next Monday. I'm going to Italy, and I have all these really awesome things planned. Shopping is, of course, on the list with those fantastic exchange rates right now. But one place I'm actually really excited to go to, which may ring as a surprise, is Zara. And the reason is I personally believe that the assortment of products at Zara in Europe is so different and, in my opinion, so much better than what we get in the States here. And so just in the same way that Zara is able to tailor their assortment to the different locales where their store is, you can do the same with your digital storefront. And so that's something that I think we should cover today. A lot of our customers are working across many different locales, and they've been able to use Builder to speed up the process and create things that are more personalized. So Hamza, over to you.
Yeah, no, to your point, if we ever plan any trip, and if we're gonna plan a trip to Europe, the first thing is gonna be, okay, what museums we're going to, what food we're eating, and then which Zaras are we visiting.
I'm telling you, it's a thing.
It's
Zara and McDonald's. So much better in
McDonald's.
Europe.
I agree. McDonald's as well. My wife loves the McDonald's, and she doesn't like McDonald's Canada, but anywhere else, she's like, I'll eat it. So I
Yep.
agree with you. And a second story is it's actually a really funny story. I live in Canada. My sister lives in Australia, and my sister wanted to buy something for my kid's birthday. And so I sent her this page. I said, okay, you know what? Here's a bunch of things that we're looking for, like jackets and scarves. Maybe why don't you click on it? And if you like something, just pick it and just ship it over. So she's sitting in Australia. She clicks on this landing page and she's like, I don't see any jackets. All I see is like summer shirts. And I'm like, wow, this is amazing. Because she was in Australia, it was summertime there. The landing page, the same landing page that I was clicked on, I was seeing winter products and she was seeing summer products. So like this is the kind of experiences that a lot of brands now are focusing on when it comes to locale. And again, jumping back into, I want to show you. So here's a demo store that I've created, and let's say specifically for gift guides. What I've done is I have two gift guides over here because I'm in USD right now. I see over here content made in USA, and then there's a beautiful gift guide that I've created using Builder. But let's say I visited a store from Europe, somewhere from Europe. If I did that, my currency would change, but then also the content. All of a sudden, it says made in Europe, here's to joy. But then again, the similar gift card, maybe different products, different content. So you have this full flexibility. Again, it's the same landing page. You're driving traffic to the same page. So you keep building the SEO. And then just to show you how easy it is to set this up, let me go into the landing pages. Let's say I click on this beautiful gift guide that I created. I have this option over here to set targeting. So all I've done is I said, okay, if the selected currency is USD, show this content. And then I've duplicated the page and said if it's the selected currency is euro, show that product. And everything is seamlessly connected with Shopify. So all my currency is being imported. But beyond that, I have so many targeting features as well. So, this is just to do with locale. And there's no developer, no coding required, just a beautiful page that I've created, and I can set it and I can change the content and set it to what, based on the country, what content I want to show.
Sweet. Thanks, Hamza. And we are getting a comment right now talking about why one would choose Builder over some free options. And to be honest, like we're only scratching the surface in terms of some of the great offerings that we have with Builder. And we'd be happy if you share your email. We'd be happy to follow up and give you a whole pitch. And Hamza can tell you all about that.
Absolutely.
All right,
Would love
let's
to.
yeah, for sure. Let's jump into our next campaign, and this one is really special. I think it's funny. Our CEO always talks about love marks, and that's basically opportunities on your e-commerce or online experience to create meaningful relationships with your customers, right? And I think that's what we're really talking about here in terms of adding special messaging. I actually wanted to call out a customer of ours, Olivella, but also a brand that I frequently shop that supports lots of different kind of charitable organizations, and I believe they rotate these organizations. Currently, it looks like they're supporting Save the Children. You kind of see a screenshot there. And what's really cool is whenever somebody like myself purchases something online from Olivella, what they do is they show how many essential supplies they're able to provide for that specific charitable organization. So for me, it's like a very special way that they're kind of telling their audience kind of like what their whole company is all about. And, it makes you feel good as a shopper that I'm not just buying a bag, I'm also helping organizations in need. Hamza, what about you? What are some impactful messages that you've seen?
Yeah, no, for sure. And don't judge me. I think this is a great cause and it's a great way to use upsell. But for me, coming from a world of Shopify, it's always been a big topic, average order value. How can you increase the average order value? And there's tons of different apps that are out there they can download to increase average order value, whether it's touching the cart or whether it's at the product page level or whether it's at the checkout. There's so many different options. The one thing I feel is there's a big disconnect between the message and the upsell. So that's where I think Builder is really powerful, and it really allows you to oh, I'm sorry. It really allows you to connect the message and the upsell, whatever you're trying to upsell, whatever you're trying to achieve at the cart level or at the checkout level. It really allows you to do that and show you again, going back into the back end of Builder. With Builder, you can literally touch every single page. So what we'll do is I will go into the cart page and let's show you how you can show messaging at the cart page. So what I've done is I'm trying to create a new messaging. So I'm not trying to create a new cart page. I'm just trying to add an existing section to an existing cart page, or sorry, a section to an existing cart page. I want to add it to the top. Now I have two choices over here. Do I want this message on the cart page for everyone to see, or do I want to target it? And obviously I'm trying to target this specific to maybe someone what they've added in their cart. So let's say that the targeting is, and I have all these different amazing properties, that all this data that we're collecting from Shopify. But over here, I'm going to say that if the cart contains a certain product, then I can just go in and I can say if it contains the deodorant, then what message do you want to show on the top? And now I'm going to build it. I can show an image. I can show a video based on that. I can show maybe even a collection based on the product I've added. But over here, just to keep it simple, I'm just going to add some text and say that if you added the deodorant, maybe you can say add the soap as well, for example. And maybe I want to make it a little bigger because I want everyone to see. Hit publish. I can go back and let's test it out. So I'll go to search. I'll search for the deodorant.
Ham's a huge fan of the Dr. Squatch brand, if you can't tell.
Yes, that's why you see a lot of those products. So I'm at the cart page, the deodorant, and you can see add the soap as well. So imagine you can add a product now as well for upsell. You can add, and you can have the message there as well. Maybe you can have a video, maybe you can have a gift. Like there's so much you can do when it comes to so much. You can get very creative, and it's very easy. Again, doesn't require a developer. Maybe you want to add a free gift. Maybe you can have an option for free for a free gift wrap if they've added a certain product. So lots of different options. Again, what I've done is very, very simple. But what if you do get a chance, download Builder, play with it, try it out, and see how it works for you. All right.
Yeah. We just have one more campaign to cover today, and that's the kind of the big kahuna here. I think even though I just told you I like to shop more boutique tailored experiences, I think I would be lying, and all of you would be too, if you say you've never during the holidays gone to your favorite brand, gone to the sale page, filtered on your size, sorted from price from low to high, and scrolled through and added things to your cart. I think we have all done that, right? And I think in general, from the business side, sales pages account for a huge percentage of all holiday revenue. So you really want yours to be impactful. And I think yes, lots of e-commerce backends allow you to spin up pages that, or like Shopify, for example, right? To spin up a page that will have, just sale products listed there. But you're probably going to want to do a bit more storytelling there. So, Hamza, maybe you can jump in and show us really quickly how you can create something like this in Builder.
For sure. And when it comes to sales pages, like I mean, like there again, it's those days are over where you just take a bunch of products and put in everything that's on sale and you hope for the best. Now you have to tell a story even on your sale page. So let's create one together. Everything on sale page. I'm just going to use a blank template. So here's my canvas again. I can do whatever I want when it comes to, or however I want to create my sale page. So what I've done is I've created a banner that I like, and I'm picking it right from my template. Now I want to add some text to it. I can add text and I can say, you know what, sale 2022. And let's fix it up a little bit. Again, as a designer, I have all these amazing, I'll make it 150, make it big, put it in the center, color so it's more visible. Here you go. So here's my banner. I could, again, play around with the banner. I can A/B test the banner. I could choose like 4 or 5 different instances and see which one is relating the best when it comes to the sale page. I can even, and now let me add all my products. So I'm connected to my Shopify. I have a collection that says all my sales. I'll say I want to show first 20 sale products. So I have my banner, I have all my products, but right now I'm not seeing the pricing. So I can drag in and I can say, okay, show pricing. So I can see the pricing, and I want my customers to be able to add to cart right from the page. So now I'm showing my pricing, showing the product. I'm able to add to cart, and not the most beautiful looking sale page, but just wanted to show you how fast you can create a sale page and how fast you can, add things like A/B testing to it and add all your products and hit publish, and it's live.
That's awesome, Hamza. Thank you so much. Well, we are just waiting for our guest to join us. It sounds like we were having a little bit of technical difficulties. So while we do that, Hamza, tell me what is on your holiday wish list? And more importantly, what are you getting your wife? Because I need some inspiration. It sounds like she and I have a lot in common.
You know what? I think I was an early shopper. I've already spent enough money on my wife this year, so for me, it's mostly electronics. Even though I have a TV that works well, for some reason during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, I'm always looking at I always think there's a deal that I'm missing out on. So electronics is one that I can't wait for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. But yeah, like, I mean, there's so much, and I'm already looking at deals from now.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I think you're probably gonna need to get your wife another gift because she's giving you a pretty big one. So I think you're gonna need to reevaluate that, Hamza. All right. Well, if you want to go to the next slide, our guest is actually all ready to join us. So everyone, please get excited to welcome one of my absolute favorite people ever, Matt Livingston. Matt, hello.
Hello, everyone.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, great. Yeah. So I used to work in tech. I had about a decade working as a product manager, a variety of companies and roles, usually on the consumer side. So you could think about that as mostly e-commerce experiences, but I also got my start in gaming at Zynga. So I don't know if anyone remembers back in the day playing Words with Friends, but that's where I started. And then recently, I actually abandoned my tech job because I wanted to start a company. We could talk about that as well because I'm in the midst of that. But that's a pretty high level view of maybe the last bit of my life here.
No, I love it. Thanks, Matt. And thank you seriously for taking the time to meet with us. Matt and I used to work together for probably about like 5 or 6 years, and definitely somebody I really look up to in terms of having a ton of expertise, not just in, obviously he's worked in products, so he has a lot of experience there. But I think in terms of customer experience, Matt really applies a lot of really great kind of logic and insight to the experiences that he creates. So we're really lucky to have him today. Matt, Hamza and I have been talking all about the holiday campaigns and like the holiday season and holiday prep and all of that today. So can you tell me a little bit about some of your past holiday stories? Obviously these could be wins, but these could also be horror stories. Anything you want to share with us in terms of getting ready for the holidays?
So holidays are pretty high pressure if anyone's in e-commerce, which I assume most people are here. And high pressure means that you want something super visible, right? It's that holiday season. It's kind of make or break for your year, your budget. And that kind of makes you want to put something front and center in front of the consumer. I mean, marketing teams have been preparing for holidays for 6 months, maybe even longer, a year. And I always just had a lot of, as the PM, I was kind of between marketing and engineering. And of course, marketing wants kind of their hard-earned campaign views to be front and center. So how do we change the site? How do we change the app so that our awesome holiday campaigns are front and center? Engineering is the opposite side. They're saying that sounds very risky, right? Or this is when we make or break our business. Why would we be at the last minute changing things put it in front of consumers in the hopes that it works. And then, of course, this doesn't last throughout the holiday season. Come January, we're going to do something different. So I have many stories I could go through. I think the one that I think was both successful and still makes me laugh was a pretty long negotiation between our marketing team and our engineering team on changing the mega menu. So essentially like the menu on top of all of our sites. In the end, I think we just made it yellow and add a couple links, but it was incredibly successful. It was a very ugly and alarming yellow. I'm not sure it was visually what anyone wanted. But great example of, we made that front and center. It drove a lot of sales, just activity. It was a small but important change. And my holiday seasons, I told Julia a bit ago, we're just full of that. It was a negotiation between people who had, ideals and dreams, and they wanted them to go live, and the reality of, well, we're also running a business, and a lot of that, interjects risk at the busiest time of the year. And so that constant negotiation was kind of my life each holiday season for about 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, it feels like you almost have to break bad news to everybody. It's like you can't win because either one side or the other is unhappy. But like that's actually what Builder was creative out of, right? Like we're trying to remove that. We're trying to make it so that everybody has the tools that they need to be successful. And so I know you've experienced that pain because we've experienced it together, but I'm sure all of you watching and listening have also experienced that before, no matter what team you're on, right? Like that's the thing is like with older like legacy solutions, everyone's frustrated. So, to the commenter that asked why I choose Builder, that's why, because it unlocks a lot of autonomy for kind of both sides and the ability to focus on what's going to be most impactful. So Matt, in terms of like your own holiday shopping, what channels do you think work best on you? Like, what do you look for? Are you seeking out sales? How are you engaging with kind of holiday shopping?
I actually think, and this has been true for a while, I think the text message, SMS messages are really getting pretty good at that. For whatever reason, I don't experience a lot of email volume anymore. I think maybe Gmail's algorithms are just pretty good at detecting things.
Filtering everything for you? Yeah.
Yeah, I even like my favorite stores. I don't really feel like I'm seeing them in email channel. I'm definitely seeing them, of course, on Instagram. Just generally advertising across Facebook and Instagram, and maybe TikTok, but I think that's a much harder place to be for something like a sale. But I have noticed I'm willing and able to answer SMS, and by answer, sorry, just literally open up and see what they're saying and click a link.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a pretty fraught thing right now. Of course, you guys know not necessarily every mobile landing page is not beautiful. Every mobile experience is not actually functional. So
yeah,
it's a little bit risky, but that's the best way to contact me as a consumer. Of course, that also means you got my text message, which is a whole nother problem. But for my favorite stores, I think they do actually have my number and they're pretty good at alerting me. What they do with that is a little bit hit or miss. Sometimes it's a random landing page. Sometimes it's actually something I'll convert on. But that's the best way to contact me at this point. I mean, I think that's true for all of us. Obviously, SMS is the kind of like the spam-free way to contact anyone right now.
Yeah, that's a great point. And I think that kind of re-emphasizes the importance of targeting that Hamza mentioned earlier, right? Like, yes, we talked about targeting on locale, but you can also target on things like device type or things on, UCM parameters. So if the campaign is say SMS, right, you can create a bespoke landing page that's mobile first. My gosh, in the entire time that Matt and I worked together, he was always saying the phrase mobile first. So here I am on a call with him for like 10 minutes and it's already coming out of my mouth. So clearly I've been inspired. But yeah, I think it's super important to try to create experiences that are personalized and targeted on every which way possible to get the highest kind of revenue implications. So Matt, you said in the last 9 months or so, you've kind of been working on building a super luxurious, and I've seen it, supplement brand. And you've been relying on Builder a little bit to kind of create your digital storefront. So talk to us a little bit about kind of how that experience has been going. What has it unlocked for you? And kind of as you look to the future and future holiday campaigns, when you're at that stage, like what you think this opens the door for?
Sure, yeah. So I am now kind of a full-time marketer, full-time designer, full-time everything. It's me building a brand. So good news for everyone listening. I mean, if I can do it, you guys can do it, because I had zero experience in design skills and I'm not a marketer by trade. And I had this problem of, I'd actually like an elevated website. Julie mentioned it's a luxurious supplement company. The key here is I just wanted a supplement slash wellness company that, looked good on your countertop as opposed to cheap plastic you were just going to throw away each month, but also
Right.
was good. So clean ingredients, vegan friendly, if not truly vegan. And so if you guys hear that pitch, then you can envision kind of the digital experience has to also be elevated. I mean, no one's going to spend money on something that kind of you land on it feels janky. This is a major struggle for me. Shopify by default doesn't really offer any customization. You can hire a development team. I'm sure you guys know that's pretty expensive and also time consuming, if not really frustrating. And so I had been cycling through tools. There's a lot out there. I would avoid all of them. I think Builder's kind of the way to build what you want. And you guys can go to the website. It's bacchanal.com. The name is right there. And you can look at the homepage, and that's pretty much built by Builder and really just me. So I had some design help. It's not completely just me. Obviously, photography was something I can't do. But generally speaking, you can experience a website that is really powered by Builder. But I was able to attain a little bit of that elevated look and feel, which out of the box Shopify is truly not going to happen for you. So you'll have to go through that same decision-making process of, is it my developers? Is it a designer? Who's going to actually build this? And I kind of represented all those people at once and said, I'm just going to figure this out. Obviously, still working on that, but figuring it out as I go.
Yeah, I love that, Matt. Thank you for sharing. And actually, the site is really beautiful. I encourage everybody to go look at it and to buy Matt's products. I mean, this webinar isn't sponsored, but if it was, one thing I did want to call out, like obviously most of us listening are probably a little bit in a further advanced stage than Matt is, and there's lots of different teams involved in kind of creating these digital experiences. And I think there's a role for everybody with Builder, right? Like by no means are we unseating developers or designers or anything like that, right? There's the ability to register custom code components within Builder, so developers can do that for you, and then you can drag and drop and use it across your entire site. There's also, the ability for designers to create these templates and symbols that Hamza was talking about, and again, empower folks on the merchandising and operations teams to kind of use those blocks to create some really awesome experiences, right? And lastly, there's a full optimization suite of features. We talked about targeting. We talked about, I don't actually know if we mentioned A/B testing, but there's A/B testing in the UI as well. So it allows you to take all of the pieces that are kind of handed to you by all of your counterparts on other teams and test and iterate and optimize and hopefully just drive a ton of revenue. We're coming up on the end of our time, but to wrap up, I just wanted to ask you, Matt, first of all, thank you for joining us, but also ask you, what is the one thing on your holiday wish list this year?
Oh man, holiday. Well, actually, we got a dog, and I would love
cute dog. I've seen it.
I love a truly indestructible dog toy. I have cycled through so many of these quote unquote indestructible dog toys on Amazon that on the side, I'm literally dedicating myself to maybe making my own indestructible dog toy.
Yeah. Is that the next brand? Yeah.
May as well just do it, right?
Yeah, I love that. Well, listen, if anybody listening has any suggestions or ideas, please email us. We owe Matt a big one for joining us today. And I can tell you that my dogs have chewed through every single toy, so I'm on the same journey as you, Matt. All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody. We did share in the comments Hamza's email. So any questions you have, if you want to see a live demo, anything like that, please email him at hamza@builder.io. Please check out Matt's website to see how he single-handedly has created something so beautiful and luxurious. And please tune in for our next webinar whenever that comes. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.